Hey, wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy. You are watching the FM brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am back with a review of Destination X 2012. Destination X was a great event in my opinion. It took place July 8th, 2012 from the TNA Impact Wrestling Zone in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. We start off the night with a last chance four-way match for the final spot in the X Division title tournament. There's already been 7 superstars that are won their matches or been named to take part in that tournament, and this will be for the 8th, the last open spot. Mason Andrews ends up picking up the win over Rubix, Dakota Darsow, and Lars Only to advance to that tournament. The first tournament match out of 4 matches that will be showcased tonight. We see Mason Andrews yet again pick up the win and advance to the Ultimate X match. He picked up the win over Kid Cash. Kid Cash was just a little too cocky in this match. He was a little too confident, but that's always been the way Kid Cash has been, and I think it's cost him a lot of success, at least in the role that he's playing, as the role as a heel, as the role as the overconfident guy. We've seen it cost him matches with the likes of Austin Aries. Now this match with Mason Andrews and so many others over the years. Kid Cash is a phenomenal performer. I do enjoy his work, and I really was hoping that he would have went on to the Ultimate X match. Then we saw Kenny King pick up the win over Douglas Williams. Kenny King is a great talent. If you guys aren't familiar with Ring of Honor Wrestling, ROH, Kenny King performed over there for quite some time. Recently, his deal came up. He did not renew, and he decided he was going to try to take it to the next level. He was going to try to move on to the second biggest promotion in the United States, which is TNA's Impact Wrestling, and he had a great showing. He ended up picking up the win over Douglas Williams, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago. Then we saw Sanjay Dutt go against Rashad Cameron. He ended up picking up the win over Rashad. Then in the 4th and final X Division tournament match, we saw Zema Ion. He picked up the win over Flip Casanova, and those 4 men, Kenny King, Sanjay Dutt, Zema Ion, and Mason Andrews, will go on to the Ultimate X match a little bit later in the night to determine the new X Division champion. Then we go into the first of one of the best matches of the night. Samoa Joe picked up the win over Kurt Angle in a Bound for Glory series match. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, great back and forth action. I hope Joe gets that push that he once had, that he once enjoyed several years ago. Joe was top main event level talent. He conquered everybody in the X Division, became the world's heavyweight champion, had that great feud with Kurt Angle. And then for the last few months, for the last even year or so, Samoa Joe has really kind of just been on the sidelines. I hope he starts to show more aggression like he has been and really reclaims that spot that he once held. Then we see AJ square off against Daniels in the last man standing match. Now, this isn't the end of this feud. There are still a lot of answers to come out. Exactly what is Claire Lynch's role with AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Dixie Carter, this, that, and the other. But for this night, AJ got a little bit of redemption and picked up the win over Daniels in this last man standing match. He answered the count before Daniels was able to. Then we go into the X Division tournament final. It is an Ultimate X match to determine the new X Division champion. Zema Ion squared off against Mason Andrews, Kenny King, and Sanjay Dutt. Zema Ion was successful, picked up the win. Now, a lot of people question why put the strap on Zema Ion. It's building towards the future. It's building towards a good storyline in the making. Remember to when Owen Hart ended up paralyzing Stone Cold Steve Austin just temporarily, but he did break his neck. And even in the documentaries, you could tell that Austin, all these years later, God rest Owen Hart's soul, God rest Owen Hart, rest in peace, Owen. But even so many years later, you could tell that Stone Cold, not really bitter, but he really wishes that Owen showed a little more remorse, gave him a call, but that was Owen's way of dealing with it. And now you have Zema Ion, who's showing no remorse. He's saying he's dedicating the win of the X Division title to Jesse Sorensen, the man that he almost paralyzed, the man's career he almost ended. So when Sorensen makes his return, which he's promised that he will be at Destination X 2013, I see a great feud in the making between these two. Zema Ion champion for an entire year, though, I don't really like the prospect of where that's going. I really hope that they keep the X Division fresh. They allow a lot of new faces to hold the title this year. I think the last year having Austin Aries as the longest reigning champion was very smart. Austin Aries is just a certain personality. There's something about him. A lot of people have compared him to a CM Punk light, this, that, or the other. There are a lot of similar characteristics. Yes, they both came up in the Indies in the same time. Yes, they are very talented technical wrestlers, but they have very, very, very different attitudes, very different movesets, very different personalities. They both have charisma. I mean, there's so many similarities, but there are so many differences, and I think it was very smart for TNA to do what they did with Austin Aries, having him run with the X Division division title for so long. I think he really put that division back on the map, and now I think it's up to the younger, the up-and-coming guys to really keep the X division where it has been and where it used to be. The X division was all about the younger guys, the up-and-coming talent, and that's what I hope that they're returning to. And then the final match of the night for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Austin Aries is the man, the greatest man who ever lived, pick up the win over Robert Roode, who was the reigning World Heavyweight Champion going into this match. It was an incredible contest, a lot of back and forth action. I usually don't give matches ratings, but this is as close to 5 stars as you possibly can get. 4.5 stars easy, close to 5 stars, if not 5 star. I mean, this was just a phenomenal match. All the matches tonight were just very, very good. The beginning of the night started off a little bit slow. Of course, you don't know a lot of these guys. You don't have a lot of emotional attachment to superstars that you're really not familiar with. That's why over weeks and over months they talk about superstars getting that push, getting that opportunity, because the fans get to see them more. Zack Ryder created that opportunity for himself over in WWE by his internet show, by getting that following, and that's what these guys got to do. They got to get the fans behind them, and of course the cheers will increase, the fan appreciation will increase, the fan investment will increase. But you guys, I'm sure, understand where that is going. I hope you enjoyed this review. It's a little bit more detailed than the one I provided on F and True Wrestling, but unfortunately, I just got so much stuff going on this week. I only have a few minutes to sit down and produce this in Monday Night Raw. But unfortunately, right now, I am running the entire F and brand solo. I'm running this channel, Fight Nation. I'm running F and True Wrestling, F and True Entertainment. I'm trying to answer all the comments, the questions, the Twitters, everything. Unfortunately, my broadcast partner, JC Styles, has decided to take a few-week hiatus. I don't know if he's going to return. I don't know if he's called it quits. But I've decided that the show must go on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep providing the wrestling reviews that you guys have grown accustomed to. So like I said, I apologize if this was a little short. I apologize if I ran through it. I apologize if it was a little less formal. But right now, I've got the weight of 3 channels, multiple sites resting on my shoulders. I've also got my website, FightNationWrestling.com. Its new sister site, fnwrestling.blogspot.com. Guys, I take this way more seriously than most members of the YWC, and I hope you guys appreciate that, and I hope you guys come back and check out these reviews more often if you have not been. Please subscribe if you already have not. Please like, favorite, and pass this video on to friends if they are wrestling fans. And like always, I appreciate you guys, the loyal fans, the subscribers, and all the new guys that are just watching this for the first time. Drop your comments below. I can't wait to hear your feedback. For the F brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com, my name is Brian Crazy. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.